That's us, your criminal and thrill-seeking hosts. This week, looking at Gone in 60 Seconds. Beth, a pleasure as always. What's the crack?
Um, Hi. So,
Hello.
heyo, it is the end of the school year,
Hmm.
which means I get to start sleeping in the mornings. I'm very excited about this
It's nice.
because, yeah,
Are they
you
both good
know,
at sleeping in?
um, they're gonna get better at it as they
Mm,
like get older and they start going through, the hormone changes, and then the body's like, I need to sleep until noon. Do you remember
that's a good
those
point.
days?
Yeah.
Yep. So when you were under your stone cold Steve Austin blanket.
Hell yeah. No, I didn't get that, Beth,
Ah,
until I was 19.
that's right. You were in college.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like end of school year stuff, but I'm really pleased. You know, I'm really pleased with how the kids are doing in school. We had Charles's chess club party yesterday, and Harper helps with everything. So like, it feels, they're both sad. They're both sad
Yeah.
about the school year ending, and Harper had a really favorite teacher that's retiring.
Oh,
There's four people. Like it's a small, we live in a small town, so it's a big deal to have four people on staff retiring. It's not a very big
oh
school, but
wow. Yeah, that's a
yeah.
lot.
So she wrote them all cards, and Charles has been like, I don't know if you guys had yearbooks, and you'd go around and get like messages or
Yeah.
yep. So they're doing that. They're getting what they call it people's autographs.
Yes. We don't get I've seen what an American yearbook looks like. Oh, it's not quite like that, but we do have things like that kind of.
Okay.
And
You write things like "Stay sweet,
yeah.
have a good summer."
Is Harper's not going to middle school yet, is she?
No,
Or
no, thank
okay.
goodness. No, it goes through grade six. So
Okay, okay.
grade, I don't know where that would be for you guys, but um, so one more year of the two of them being at the same
Okay.
school, but they get like super depressed on the last day, and it's always a half day, so they like go to school at 7:45 and they get out at like 11
Okay.
something, which is like pointless, but whatever. Um,
Yeah.
so I told you I'm taking them to see Masters of the Universe and take them out to lunch
Yeah.
to get their mind off of it. But I also went and I always buy like four or five big, weird inflatables for the pool
Hmm.
for the summer. And I'm like, this got to get us through the next 3 months. Like, be careful. Also, the sun here is so strong that it just like melts things and pops things. Um, so I'm gonna inflate all of those things. So when they walk in the door tomorrow, it's just gonna be like pool toys everywhere, like giant ones.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. What
Love it.
about
That's great.
you?
Um, so a few different things. So it's something I was saving it so we could talk about it on here. I
Yeah.
went to see Obsession, which is fucking incredible film. It
It's
is
gotten rave reviews and it's making a ton of fucking money.
It's like not only is it making a ton of money, it's increasing week on week, which never happens. It's insane. It's like a historic kind of run. Um, and like on a budget of I think less than 1 million, it has now made over 100 million, which is insane return.
Is this
Um,
another YouTuber movie?
it is. It is.
Ah, okay.
Um, but like it's a really it feels distinct. And like I have. Because I'd seen whenever I like found out who the guy was, I was like, I have seen some of his videos before. Um, but like then I ended up watching he did this other kind of feature that he made for like Peanuts that was like a kind of found footage kind of horror film that he did a few years prior, and it was very good too, I thought.
Like Blair
Um,
Witch?
hmm?
Like Blair Witch?
Kind of the setup for it is that he runs a prank channel with his friends, and it's them kind of running pranks on each other, and then it kind of takes a sinister turn. It's
Okay.
it's it's a pretty interesting premise, I think, and it works well. Um, but like Obsession has such a unique tone, and like that's apparently what they were really going for. Like it was kind of to be more like rather than like straight horror vibes, because the setup is essentially this boy gets this. He's in love with this girl. He can't tell her. He just finds it impossible to tell her. So he like breaks this wish stick and wishes that she was like loved him more than anybody else in the world. And it's kind of played how. if somebody was just like, if you were their everything and nothing else mattered, she plays it like that, and it's brilliant and unsettling, and yeah, it's like a fucked up movie, but it is excellent.
Okay.
I really loved it. One of my favorites in a long time. There's been some other good ones this year for that I've really loved, but it's definitely right up there.
Okay. Yeah, you sent me a message. You're like, it's an obsession. Like the ending is very, it's like you were just like it's a very, very, very dark film.
Yes,
And I was like, ooh.
but excellent. Like excellent, and like there's humor in it. Like
But your
it's.
threshold for dark is pretty, it's
I,
you have a high threshold for dark, which I
that's a good point.
appreciate because I do too. But
Yes,
that's my personality, which it's not yours, but you find that in movies.
yes, very much so. I think
And
that
for me,
like.
I'm like, see, I knew the world was like this. Ha ha. And it's
I
more vindication.
I think it's more like it's such a unique spin on darkness, I think, as well. Like it just feels like
Mm.
such a kind of interesting angle on it. And I think like the main actress, like she has so like she does such an incredible role, an incredible job of like epitomizing this. She really fucking goes for it, and it feels very kind of believable, It's really, really excellent.
Okay.
Um I was telling Beth earlier, my ears have just recovered. I went to a gig last night. It's great, actually. One of my friends and I, who listens to the pod, have been going to more gigs, and it's really wonderful. I'm really happy that I've got back into the way of it because I've missed them. But I went to see John.
Going to see bands.
Yeah, bands for the
Okay.
most part. I mean, like, I go to see other stuff as well. I went to see like this musical, this event, this like DJ type thing, Max Cooper. Like, I'll go to anything that catches my interest. But I do like bands are what I really love. Um, and I went to see John Spencer last night. Do you know who John Spencer is?
I don't.
So like, absolutely incredible. Like one of the best live shows. Like, he just does such a sensational live show. It is just relentless. It's song to song to song to song, and there's such like he loves like his all his distorted vocals and like kind of like noodling in the guitar and stuff like that. And it was just like we were up the
Sorry,
front.
John Spencer, the actor?
No, John Spencer, as in John Spencer's Blues Explosion.
Okay, thank you. I was like, whoa,
Do you know
this
John
guy's
Spencer's Blues
versatile.
Explosion?
No,
You probably know
sorry.
some songs like Bell Bottoms or Wheel, or you'll have
Okay.
heard of them. They had like a few kind of, and there's some of the songs have been used in movies. I think you would probably quite like them. They're kind of nuts. Um, I'll send you some stuff, but like really fantastic. Just oftentimes, um, in a lot of concerts, even if it's something I like, by the end I'm like, great, okay, I enjoyed that. I'm ready to go home. With this, I was like, I could have done another hour of that easily. It was just so much fun. Like up the front dancing in like a fairly small venue that was packed, but it was just so nice. So much fun. Um like I because I was up near the front, because of like the nature of the like sounds that they're making, my ears were fucked.
I literally like I carry around earplugs with me all the time now because I just never know when I'm gonna be like, this is just too goddamn loud.
I think I'm gonna have to start because like I'm like this is the edge of me having actual permanent ear damage sort of
Exactly.
sounds, and I'm like, yeah, I can't.
Yes.
I'm getting to it. Like I'm I've it's one of the reasons why I'm like actually I'm glad I'm in fairly good shape now because I could dance, but I wanted people to dance without causing myself permanent injuries. I
Yep.
think
Yep.
I'm gonna start carrying earplugs around as well for sure.
Yeah.
But
It's
that was
great.
just fantastic.
I do it like movies now. Obviously, Charles's drum lessons. Uh, I took him to Harper's dance studio because all the parents are talking, and I just wanted to read my fucking book. So I'm like that person that's literally I'm just like, don't talk to me. I have
Yeah,
my sunglasses on, I have my earplugs in, and I'm just like
I
really
wanted to
friendly and
like
easy to get to know.
in my last job when I was working in IT, I kind of wanted to like put a sign up basically if my headphones are on, do not talk to me.
Yeah,
Leave
yeah,
me alone. You can send me an email. I'll get to it when I can, but I'm working if my headphones are on, and I do
yeah,
not want to be disturbed.
yeah.
Because if you're in a flow, especially, it's hard to like, it's hard to like get back into that sometimes if
It
somebody
is.
disturbs you. And like normally the people that would come to your desk, it wouldn't be anything really important. It would be like, "Do you have a second?" And it's like
Yeah.
15
It's
minutes
not a
about how
it's
their
not a second.
headphones aren't working because they're not plugged in. It's like, I wonder.
I just ran and had a I usually eat like a hard-boiled egg and, like a tangerine or an orange in the morning. And I ate that and then I was like, "Hey Mike," because he's my coworker and my husband.
Mhm.
We don't co-work, we just share a co-working space.
Sure.
But which
Like a
is our
wee, it's
house.
like a wee work in your house. Yeah.
Yeah, we work. Yeah. And I was like, "Hey," and I was, extra flirty. So I was like, "I just had a hard-boiled egg," and then I blew in his face, and he was just like, normally he's like, "Haha," but like the one time a year he was like in the flow, and he was like, he's like, "Please no, can you please shut my door?" And I was like, "Was it the hard-boiled like farty egg breath or
Hey, look,
what?"
listen, you pushed it too
Aren't you
far.
glad that we don't have cubicles next to each other? Because I would do the same shit to you. And
Yes,
yeah.
very much so.
Yep, 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 yep.
Um, uh, Last thing was
Yes.
I had a friend over visiting from Australia, who I hadn't seen in
So fun.
16 years, I think, or
Oh
16,
my
17
gosh.
years.
Is this when you
And
lived over there?
yep, yep, yep. So basically, like
That's
and
amazing.
I ended up like I knew her. It's a long story. I won't get into the whole thing, but essentially, I knew her boyfriend over there, and like we had chatted online before, but we hadn't really met in person, and met him over there. Just looking for advice about Sydney. We got on really well, and he invited me to stay in his house, in his apartment for like a month, and love them to bits. Like I love them both to bits. They're both great people. They're no longer together, but I've stayed in touch with them both separately.
Hmm.
So, I was overjoyed whenever they were coming over here, or whenever she was coming over here. She came over with like another friend of hers, to like show them around. But it was another one where like they were over here and they were asking me lots of questions about Northern Ireland and stuff, and I'm like,
Oh, it's
I, you know,
complicated.
I know stuff and like I have opinions on these things, but there's a lot I don't know. And like I just took them to there's the Ulster Museum has a Troubles exhibit, and
I
it
saw
really
that.
did you go there did I take you
No,
there?
but no, but I'm well, okay, yeah. I'm coming over to see Andy in July, and
Hmm.
so we're like, and so I was looking at, oh, they've got like a automotive museum, and oh, they've
Yes.
got I was like, Mike, they have a whole museum about the Troubles. They don't call
Yes.
it Civil War, they call it Troubles.
The Troubles. How cute. It's so cute, right?
I know.
Um,
I was like, what are the
so
Troubles? People keep talking about the
really,
Troubles, and you were like, yeah, that was like the war that we had. I was like, oh,
how are the Troubles troubling?
yeah.
They um so like yeah, it's so like we were just doing that, and like I think I made a decent account of myself, but there was a lot of questions like I couldn't answer for them. But it was lovely, like they really wanted to see like some trad music and stuff like that, and I never go to that sort of thing at all.
What is it? Trad?
So
Trap.
trad is like traditional Irish music, and this in this country it
Oh,
would be, I guess, trad would be the traditional music of whatever country you're in. So we did find a place, and we literally got a table right by the band, and they were loving it. My friend Nat loves. She's a musician herself. She like sings a lot. I think she plays guitar. She plays a few different instruments. So she was talking to them about instruments and stuff like that. So it was lovely. It was a really lovely experience,
that's awesome.
And this was just like part of their larger trip through around Ireland, basically. So I've been getting updates, and they're having a blast.
It's amazing.
It
How was it like seeing each other after not seeing each other for like 16 years or whatever?
was great. Like I count myself as being very lucky in my life in that I have a lot of friends who, no matter how much time we have spent apart, whenever we are
Yep.
together, it's like no time has passed.
Yep. Yep.
And I think there's something really special about that. And I'm very lucky to have a lot of that, I think. So yeah, it was like that. It really was. It was like because we'd spent like a big, like a really intense chunk of time together whenever I like lived with them. Like this kind of essentially like a stranger in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
especially to
Yeah.
her. And like we got on so well. Like I don't know whether I told you this story. This is just a wee insight. Basically, I was looking for work when I was over there. I only stayed in Sydney for a month because basically there was no work there, and I was like, I can't continue to leech off you guys, that your accommodation and stuff. So I left. But like, they had a cat, and me and the cat got on like a house on fire. We loved each
Of course
other,
you
and
did.
right.
Ugh. The cat was
So
like, I love you most, Andy. That's what
yeah,
happens whenever he's around any of my animals. Drives me crazy. Or
so
any animal that I'm trying to like leech onto, and
folks,
they're like,
yeah,
yeah, and they're like, the cat. Do you remember the cat? The cat was
yeah,
like looking at you, looking at me, and it was just like crawled in your lap, and I was like,
Hell yeah.
I knew I hated him.
And
And here we are.
here we are. Um, so at the end of that time together, I bought them some gifts just to say thank you for everything. And one of the gifts I got them was a framed photo of me and their cat. Which they really loved. They made them laugh.
Yes.
It was meant to be a joke, but they loved it and they kept it on their shelf for years. So yeah, that really made me chuckle. So yeah.
That's awesome. Good.
But yeah, so that's my crack for this week. Beth, do you have any what's occurring for us?
I do. So let's see. Sorry, I've got some of my notes are a little. Okay, yes.
Okay.
So this is back to Malick. Terrence,
Uh-huh.
we did a month of Terrence Malick. You guys can go back and listen to those episodes. Um, so this top fan said, I have seen Tree of Life and will offer a highly subjective, lukewarm defense of it, because you and I were both like, not to give it away. But we were. So all based around that shot of those boys walking and tugging idly at leaves. I've not seen To the Wonder, which is Malick with Ben Affleck. Malaflick, which sounds like a word for something. Malafliction?
Yeah, it does.
Malaflicent? Uh, so I figured you guys could take the hit and let the rest of us know what that's like, meaning To the Wonder. Andy's looking like
He wants he wants us to take a lot of hits.
I know. The last one I watched was The Knight of Cups, which was Malick and Christian Bale, and that delivered it for me, but it was Malicking like a motherfucker. So warning to normies and casuals there.
It has been mostly Terrence Malick related hits he wants us to take in fairness, but like,
I think I tried Knight of Cups and it was like too much of him walking on the beach and talking and narrating. I couldn't. I was like, what is happening? But I don't know. I don't know anything about To the Wonder. I could always
nor do
take
I.
one. Yeah, okay, well, it will
Um,
go on the list. Thank you, Top Fan. We always listen to you.
sure. Sure it'll go on the
Sure, we
list,
do
yeah.
though. It
It'll
just,
go on the list, all right.
Andy's adding it, but he's just using a funny way to say it. And
Yeah,
he's rolling his
yeah.
eyes like he's
Yeah,
not
I
actually
gotta add it to
doing
the
it.
list, definitely.
I also have, sorry, in my other notes, Top Fan has their own clarification
Hmm.
station. Uh, what did I do with that piece of paper? Oh no, I have it. I have it.
Got it.
No, I don't. Maybe it's gone forever.
Okay.
No, hold on. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I really do have my shit together. Okay, no. So clarification station. I worded it poorly because I said Tree of Life is the hardest sell. So these are two different messages. I had not seen it, but I heard To the Wonder was its most tedious. Sounds like I was saying I hadn't seen the Tree of Life. I have, and I will defend it. What I meant was I haven't seen To the Wonder. Clumsy comment structure on my part. So
Okay.
you got both versions. You got the mess up and the correction
I
all
see.
in
Okay,
one.
okay, okay. Love it. Nice.
Thank you, Top Fan. Love you, buddy.
Yeah, so we're eagerly anticipating our viewing of To the Wanderer for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna happen
Yeah, definitely.
sometime in the next decade. We promise.
Let's not make a promise we can't keep.
Shh, shh.
Okay. All right.
Trying
Okay.
to keep him happy.
All right, you're fine. That's true. That's true. Yeah, definitely we will. Okay. So, do you have any more what's occurring for us, or should we move on to this week's subject?
Subject.
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 Okay. So this week, we're looking at Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh yeah.
The final part of our current Nick Cage season. I mean, we could probably just be like a Nick Cage podcast and we'll have like years of content,
Oh
but
my God. It's
this is the
true.
end of this current Nick Cage season with, as I was saying, Gone in 60 Seconds, which is, the whiplash of going
Yes.
from leaving Las Vegas to Gone in 60 Seconds is fucking real.
It's palpable.
It
It's
is.
palpable.
Um,
My neck is hurting.
Truly. I mean, this is some Michael Bay ass shit. And I don't mean that as a pejorative necessarily. Michael Bay's made some movies that I love, but it's definitely
Isn't
the
this Jerry? This is Jerry Bruckheimer, right?
No, it's a director. No, I think it's Jerry Bruckheimer produced. Yes, which makes
Okay.
complete sense. It's very Jerry Bruckheimer coded, and it
Yes.
looks like a Jerry Bruckheimer movie.
Con Air was
Yes.
Bruckheimer. Okay. Uh, okay. So early thoughts of
I
this
mean,
fine film?
so I was a wee bit worried about it because I was like, is this going to be just absolute trash? I mean, like I have
Have you
such
not
fun.
seen it before?
I have seen it before,
Okay.
but I think I saw it in the cinema, so I haven't seen it in like 25 years or
Okay.
whatever. And like I have such fondness for films like The Rock or Con Air. I think they're incredible. It's such entertainment, such entertaining kind of nonsense. And I was a little bit worried that this was going to be one of the kind of poorly made ones, but I find it really like it's glossy bullshit, and like it doesn't, none of it feels real or anything, like it does feel like completely artificial. Especially there's something about how these films are shot that's just kind of like it's like a magazine ad, that has like gained sentience and come to life, um and like
That's a
again.
great description.
But it's like there's space for those things, and I feel like this feels a bit more, you know it has a charm to it. We've talked recently about, kind of modern blockbusters feeling a bit like their edges have all been sanded off, and this one does have some spiky stuff and some, and some like fun bits and like so like I enjoyed it, I think overall, I must say.
Me too. I mean, I I own this on DVD,
Nice.
watched it on DVD, so I got to see the previews for Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Surprise,
With
right?
Shanghai Surprise?
Yes, they made a few of the Shanghai movies apparently. So, and
Wait,
Shanghai Surprise
no, Shanghai Noon. I don't think it was Shanghai Surprise was the second
was
one. It
that the
was
one
like,
that Madonna was in?
yeah, Shanghai Nights is the second one.
That's what it is.
Shanghai
My favorite
Surprise is
surprise.
something very different
I
altogether.
think that's a Madonna movie from the 80s and it like didn't get very good reviews.
It
And
is. It
okay.
is. That's correct.
Okay, so I was wrong, but I was also right. As with
Yes.
most things. Okay, so this was produced by Touchstone Pictures. What happened to them? Are they still
Touchstone were owned by Disney. I
okay? So
think
they
they're
just
still. Let me look into it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I just feel like all these, again, I was complaining about this last week, like not complaining, but I'm just making an observation of production companies and even ones like big, like Touchstone. And I was like, oh, that feels comfortable to see like their logo and their little intro that everybody, all the production companies have. And I was like, I don't feel like I've seen that in a while. So,
Yeah, it looks like it's been retired.
okay.
Because when they absorbed Fox, they
I
retired
don't
it.
like the absorption.
Now it's awful.
Okay. Agreed. Okay, so I have a Con Air story
Hmm.
because and we'll get into this, but there's a connection between, well, obviously there's many connections, but this is so I was watching this interview with John Malkovich, who was in Con Air with Nicolas Cage, and he was working on some mini series that he was writing with this really great French writer, and they were researching things and like, but this was back in the day when you'd get, a letterbox and it would have a printed screenplay in it. Before internet, you'd get, a special delivery and you'd get, so he got the script for Con Air as he and this guy are working in France together. And this guy's like, I've never actually like read a full screenplay. Can I take like, okay, sorry, telling this badly. So John Malkovich picks it up. He looks at the name, he looks at the character names, and they all have like uh French romanticist last names, which apparently for him is a great thing. And he sees that the director is Jerry Bruckheimer, and he's like, sweet, uh, and puts it down like whatever. And the guy's like, can I borrow it and read it tonight and give it back to you tomorrow? And he was like, sure. So he does, and he comes down. And he's like, I'm so glad that you did not accept this screenplay and didn't read it. it's like the worst shit I've ever read. And John Malkovich is like, oh no, I'm doing the movie. He's like, I saw everything I needed to see. Con Air, these French romanticist names, and Jerry Bruckheimer. I was like, yeah, I'm in. And
Sign me up.
sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
Sign me
pretty
up.
knew exactly what it was going to be, and like a beloved action film of the 90s, like Con Air, you know.
Totally, totally. Uh,
Uh,
also
love.
semi-believable, not believable, but and I also wrote down so there in this movie, Nicolas Cage's brother, his little brother's name is Kip. And I'm just like, all little brothers' names are Kip. Like, like, oh, Kip.
Yeah,
So
it does feel like a very little brother name. Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
yep. How do we make him sound, like a child?
Yes.
So yeah,
Um,
those are my thoughts.
I like it. So do you want to
Had really
get?
nothing to do with the movie other than
Can you give us a quick
yes.
synopsis to kick things off?
So to save his brother, Kip, ex-thief Memphis, who's played by Nic Cage, must steal 50 luxury cars in 3 days for a
What
crime
a
boss.
name. Hmm.
He reunites his old crew, including his mentor Otto, his ex-girlfriend Sway, while police track them. Now, fast Lamborghinis, precious Ferraris, luxurious Porsches, and Eleanor, a rare Ford Shelby Mustang GT 500, are just some of the cars in this is Memphis Reigns' long list. Can Memphis execute the perfect car heist and save his little baby brother Kip? I added a few little things to that.
And
But
it's
yeah,
good.
that's
No,
the
it's a good overview.
in a world of
In a world.
remakes.
Um, Having a lead character called Memphis is the most Jerry Bruckheimer ass shit I've ever heard.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's like, come on. Like as soon as I heard it, I was like, fuck. But I'm like, I'm in, it's Nick Cage, I'm in, but like, come on,
It's like
Memphis.
going to the kids' school and like we're in a military town. We've got a lot of people that, fly planes and every other kid is named Maverick.
Yeah, that's so funny to me.
Like my friend Maverick. I'm like, Maverick this or Maverick, Jones or Johnson. And they're like,
Is that
so
his
anyways,
nickname? No, no, no.
great. There's no Memphis, no Memphis is here.
No. Um,
So
yeah,
yeah,
so that's no good synopsis, and I think that's a good kind of overview of what the film is. Like it is like a, pretty straightforward. It is like let's steal all these cars, and
yeah,
it delivers exactly that. It really does. I
yeah,
mean, like, even though I would say what the first hour of the movie is just them kind of like getting into scripts or having like comedy adventures and stuff like that, it was like
yeah.
such a kind of roller coaster watching the opening credits and seeing the guest actors. 'Cause you see somebody and you're like, oh, Timothy Olyphant's in this, and they're like, oh, Jesus, Vinnie Jones is in this. It's
Yes,
like you're just jolted from
yes,
side to side. And you're like, oh, okay,
yes.
good. Oh no, yeah. So it was nuts. Okay, so our director was Dominic Sena, but I could not have told you that name. Um, so I think he followed the really kind of like very kind of common path for a lot of directors in that he was a music video director initially, and he got into features from that. Best known for California with a K
Oh, with Brad Pitt and
and Juliet
Juliet
Lewis.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Together we
Uh,
share a brain. Yes, we
yes.
do.
And this movie and Swordfish, which is his other,
Oh,
which I think is a less successful movie than this.
uh-huh.
I know it was popular at the time, but like I think that movie does not held up well at all.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, very common path for a lot of directors. And he only did a handful of this stuff. I think he was very much in Jerry Bruckheimer's kind of stable of directors who would like do Bruckheimer style films, And I think, as I say, certainly with this, very successful in doing so. Um, but before he was a feature director, he directed music videos for Richard Marx, Bryan Adams, Janet Jackson, and Sting. Ties back to last week's movie.
That's right. Good job. Janet Jackson. I wonder which videos.
I can find it out. I was looking at it just recently. He also did one for Fleetwood Mac.
Really?
Janet Jackson, he did. Yeah, he did. Oh, he did a few for Janet Jackson. Let's Wait a While, The Pleasure Principle. I think that's it. Oh no, Miss You Much, Rhythm
Mm.
Nation, Come
Oh,
Back to
wow.
Life, tons for her.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, lots and lots. He also did the Top Gun, the video for the Top Gun, the original Top Gun music, whatever the hell it was called. It's just called Top Gun Anthem. Oh,
Yeah,
great name, guys.
good, good. Okay, so this is actually a remake. Did you know that?
I did.
So there's an original Gone in 60 Seconds that came out in 1974. Um, the story was it was a so it was written by a man named H.B. Halicki who did the first one. He unfortunately had and Scott Rosenberg, who also wrote Con Air, Venom, Kangaroo Jack, High Fidelity, and Beautiful Girls. So quite a lot of different films. Um, but he passed away. So his wife, Denise, in 1995 entered into a license contract to produce a remake with Disney and Jerry Bruckheimer. That's why I thought Jerry was the director of this, but I don't look because that's your thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever. So it was supposed to be under them, but then it was transferred to Touchstone Pictures during production. But the film's trailer was narrated by Melissa Disney. The film is widely credited as one of the first major movies to employ a female trailer voice. I guess if you're going to have anybody do it, it's probably going to be a Disney family member
Yeah.
or someone, in the Bruckheimer
The verse.
stratosphere.
Yeah.
So, okay, so um in the okay,
hmm
sorry.
It's all right.
So in the original Gone in 60 Seconds, it was and I just this is interesting stuff. So this is nothing to do with this movie, but it kind of does. So it was an independent film. So Halicki wrote, starred, and directed and produced, and he did his own stunt work for the film that came out
Okay.
in
Yeah.
1974. So in a contemporary context, the portions of the film preceding the chase sequence are generally seen as on par with period B film.
hmm
Halicki employed family and friends instead of professional actors to play the parts in the film to keep the budget low. The characters were depicted as being members of the emergency services, were actually police officers, firemen, or paramedics. And the then mayor of Carson City, California, Sak Yamamoto, also appears in the film as himself. So I
Nice.
feel like I need to go back and give the original a watch.
Yeah, like I'm just looking here. It seems like it was successful. Like it was a film that made very for very little money, but made like
Mhm.
millions at the box
Yeah,
office. That's
yeah,
kind of nuts.
yeah. So,
Fascinating.
to have a remake done, thank you, to his widow for allowing us to throw Nic Cage into the same role as her husband who had passed. So,
Well, nuts. Very
yep.
interesting. Fascinating.
I know.
Wow, that's yeah, that's a Wikipedia page that's worth a deep dive into.
Also, he made a movie called The Junk Man, which I watched the preview for. It looks fucking epic. So, I don't know. I
Um,
don't know. We may have to go backwards and further back in time.
fascinating.
Yeah, with our
Um,
list of things
okay.
to watch.
So right, okay. So I was looking at director, I was looking at composer, it was like, the and I mean zero disrespect to Dominic Sena. I was like, this is gonna be a no-name director, a no-name composer. Like send no disrespect and then send that's terrible. I just was like, these
Right.
are gonna be guys who've just done a few different films and then not much. And I thought very much the same for the composer. Composer was a guy called Trevor Rabin. Um,
It's
and
kind of
opened
similar
his
to the
Wikipedia
original.
page, his colossal Wikipedia page.
Oh no, really?
He is a musician, songwriter, and composer.
Oh,
He's in the prog rock band Yes.
what?
Yeah. Like one of the main people in Yes. So like an enormous career. Enormous
Okay.
career. Multi-instrumentalist who plays piano, sort of keyboards, bass guitar, banjo, and other instruments, as well as being a seasoned producer, programmer, and orchestral arranger. And in like a lot of the stuff that he did, he performs all the parts himself. So like he has just got a legendary career. And I was like, wow, okay. making a fool out of me. So, again, just the fact that he's in Yes, you're a hugely influential prog rock band is massive.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there you go. So never will I learn my lesson? Probably not, but
No. It's always nice to be surprised
isn't it?
when you're
So yeah,
assuming you're like, ah, this is how it's gonna
this
be,
is
and then you're
gonna
like,
this is gonna be some
what?
this is gonna be
Yeah.
some guy who's just knocked a few
Yeah.
like tracks together.
His
Because like
brother-in-law.
yeah, because like it's fine, but it's just like there seemed to be like a stock kind of sound for a lot of these like these movies, these action movies, and it just kind of felt like that. It felt very much like The Rock and Con Air and all those sorts of things. Like it felt perfunctory and like it's fine, but it doesn't really like it just kind of sits meets the film at the level it's at and doesn't do anything like you know I don't know. It doesn't kind of like do anything wild or crazy. It just kind of like hits that tempo beautifully, like.
It's kind of like the Fast and Furious movies
Yeah.
where you're really it's I will say this probably has more plot
Yes.
than, but it's
I
like you're there to see the cars.
exactly that. And I think you're right. And the same with Fast and Furious. I think for a lot of movies like that, it's like a lot of that audience aren't going to give a shit about the music unless it's really awful. As long as it does the job, it gets the job done, that's all they're looking for. And
Yeah,
and I think, definitely successful here in that regard.
agreed. Agreed. Um, so cast wise, I, I always love seeing Robert Duvall
Yes, me too.
playing, and he does play a fair amount. Like he was in Days of Thunder and, you know, playing the guy that works on cars, and in this he was playing the guy that works on cars, and so,
Yeah,
definitely in his
fairly
wheelhouse.
a fairly thankless role for like somebody of his talent, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, he has some
No.
stuff to do, but like I kind of like there's a kind of like a montagey type scene, and I'm just like, ah, you poor bastards. This is
I
just
know.
really kind of like cheesy and naff and like, all the kind of fake laughing scenes and stuff like that, and it just feels so um maybe manipulative is too strong a word, but it does feel like this sort of very kind of fake camaraderie thing. And I'm kind of like,
It's like new school and old school too, because he's Nicolas Cage is to like get his crew back together, but his little brother Kip also has a crew,
yes.
and they do things differently, and it's like,
I, I,
okay,
and I like don't mind those bits, and
I don't either.
I kind of get that the film can't just be wall-to-wall car chases because like they don't have the budget for that. But I'm kind of like with a lot of that shit, I'm like, all right, let's get it over and done with. I think the one exception to that was the Vinnie Jones. I whenever I found out Vinnie Jones was mute, I was like, yes, okay, I'm not
Yes,
gonna mind
yes,
Vinnie Jones at all in this movie.
yes.
Um, so Vinnie Jones teaming up with the Sphinx, as he's called, teaming up with Mirror Man. I thought that was great. This guy just talking to him was a lot of fun. But a lot of the rest of it, I was like, all right, let's keep going here.
Yeah,
Let's keep going.
yeah, yeah. The kids, this was definitely one that we were like, yeah, the
Oh
kids should
yeah,
watch this. And Mike loves it because, he's a car guy. He's not,
sure,
I don't know. He's like an obscure car guy, but he'll be
sure,
like, that, which one do you like the best? Oh, that's the second most expensive car ever. Or, now he's like obsessed with BMWs just because we watched this the other night. And he's like, just one down the street. Let's go take a walk and look at it. So
nice.
we've walked by it 5 times now. He's like, it's got a stick shift. And I'm like, you don't even like BMWs. Like he's got barely BMW.
But he likes a stick shift, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Even if it's on the left-hand side, like you guys drive.
yeah,
So um the kids loved it, he loved it. I always enjoy this movie because it's like we talk about brain vacations sometimes. This is definitely like a vacation for my brain type of
yeah.
movie. I don't have to think. I I remember I worked at a college and there was this cute little uh cute little like administrative assistant, but she had the special talent where she could hear any engine and know exactly what it was and exactly the year that it came out,
That rocks.
or years. So I always
It's
think
like
of that one. Yeah.
what do you call her, Miss Tomei and My Cousin Vinny, all the
Exactly.
automotive,
Yes.
just, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
it was awesome.
Yes. But she was like really doing it and she was like 70. Um,
The rocks.
and she drove a little like uh some type some type of Corvette to work every day and had a special parking spot.
Hmm.
That's just who she was. No one else got a special parking spot, not even the president, but she did.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, so believability, not really. But I will say great cast.
Yeah.
Uh, great cast. And like
Oh,
a lot of the kids in the younger crew went on to have like this, went on to have great careers. Um, and I guess they actually wrote Angelina Jolie is in this. She plays the ex-girlfriend Sway. She has blue eyes and blonde dreadlocks in this. They actually wrote the part specifically for her.
mhm.
So, and you could tell.
So I would say like a few like so in my sort of like roller coaster going through the
Hmm.
cast at the start, I was like, "Ooh, Delroy Lindo, nice," and then I was like, "Oh, Scott Caan," but it was also like um delighted to see Timothy Olyphant.
Yes.
I mean, like I love love him, so it's always great seeing him. So I see young him, it's kind of nuts. Um, the way I thought I found it really funny when they were like talking about the big bad guy, and they were like, "Ah, he's a menacing motherfucker. You don't want to mess with him, and it's just wait till you see him. Like you don't want to fuck with this guy." And then you meet him, and it's Christopher Eccleston, and I'm like, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah.
Like he's fine, but I'm like,
Yeah.
he's a menacing. He's the scariest motherfucker, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Like,
Yeah. 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 Okay. So Christopher Alexian described this as a terrible film in which I give a terrible performance,
yeah.
adding that before Doctor Who, people would recognize them mostly shouting, "You were gone in 60 seconds, mate. You were shit or shite."
Oh fuck,
And I
really?
had to
Wow.
laugh at that because I was. So you're not the only person that thought that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was just like, I mean, like, I'm sure he got good money for it, so fair play to him, but it was just like, what the
Totally.
fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Um, the other person I wanted to mention who was in this and also in the only, maybe literally the only two pieces of crossover between Wild at Heart and this, Nick Cage is in both, and Grace Zabriskie's in both. So Grace Zabriskie is his mother in this film.
Oh
She's
my gosh, yes.
also the kind of involved in the like assassin
I forgot about that.
group in Wild at
And
Heart
like
as
she's
well.
also, yeah, like running around with like bloody lips and
Yes.
a weird wig. Yes, the wigs in that movie. Whoo! Such a
Oh boy.
yeah,
Um, so yeah,
worth a remention.
honorary mention indeed. Um, okay. So just gonna say I also was thrilled to see young Michael Pena.
Yes,
Pena. Young
Pena.
Michael
I was
Pena,
like,
yeah.
he's such a baby. Look at
He
his
is
baby
such a
face.
baby. It was very sweet.
Yeah.
Um, so a few things I'm just gonna go through my things that really made me chuckle. There is a scene where he like so he's found out his brother's in trouble. He goes and confronts this mob boss or whoever the fuck he is, um, and says, "Look, I know you gave him 10 grand. Here's 10 grand." And he sits down in front of him and he goes, that should smooth over everything. And he flips out and he throws it all on the ground, and then he like takes him into another area, and I'm like, pick up that 10 grand. I want like a 5 minute scene of him like picking up these individual bills because like you're not just gonna throw 10 grand away. That's insane,
No.
especially back then.
Yeah.
Fucking madness.
That's like with inflation, it's probably 50,000.
Oh, probably.
I'm sure there's an inflation calculator that I can find and we can start
All right, I'll
knowing that those things. Okay, so I'm gonna throw some facts at you.
go for it.
So the Eleanor car, the GT500, um, they made 7 replicas for use in the movie. 5 of them were totaled during stunt sequences. And watching it, I can see how that happened. So Nick Cage and Jerry Bruckheimer kept the remaining 2. I guess Nick Cage regularly takes his out for joy rides and drives it around everywhere, but Jerry Bruckheimer is afraid of driving his. So
That makes
um,
sense.
there's some amazing driving in this movie, I will say. Stunt driving. Nick Cage did most of his own stunt driving as he does for this film because he really likes to go method or
He
whatever.
is a car guy as well, isn't he? I think he's like,
I mean, he's a collector.
that makes sense.
I think that's just like his personality.
Yeah, that's
Collector
true.
of
Yeah.
hobbies, learning new skills,
Hmm.
having interesting things happen in his life generally. So he attended the Bondurant Driving School in Phoenix, Arizona, um, the Willow Springs School, the Bobby Orr Stunt Driving School. So he went to every stunt driving school in the area, basically, in preparation for the film. And he also liked race car driving school so much he continued to pursue it as a hobby after shooting was completed.
Oh wow,
So
okay. That makes
at
sense.
some time, if someone's like speeding by, I'm assuming he lives in his castle in LA or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, Still, probably not, but watch those people speeding around you. It might be Nick Cage.
It's like
Um,
Harrison Ford with planes. You know,
yes,
one of the things that I feel like I'm like a glaring omission when we were talking about the cast is we didn't mention Angelina Jolie at all.
right.
I mean, like
Yeah,
she's got a pretty thankless role, and like she's clearly cashing the paycheck there as well, like, But like it's it's basically the shit. What's going on? The script is like, I've written this script, and there's not a single woman in it. Oh, just change
yes.
one of the sexes of one of the characters.
Just think about
Done.
who's hot right now.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie. Cool, I'll write her in.
Boom, put her in. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Give us more facts.
So when Mirror Man is talking to the clerk at the police impound yard, a sign can be, and I looked for this and I do see it. A sign can be seen in the background that reads, "If you leave your car unlocked, it will be gone in 60 seconds." The same sign was used in Gone in 60 Seconds from 1974.
Nice.
The same sign. Somebody has that sign, Andy.
That
I want
rocks.
it. um, Jerry Bruckheimer said on the last scene, you had to drag Nicolas Cage out with a crane to get him out of that car. He really loved
Oh,
that movie, I
really?
guess. Yes. I like this fact. Robert Duvall worked with a professional car detailer to prepare for his role.
Okay.
Here's how you detail a car. Um, it's more than just cleaning it. I know it's like paint and Bondo and all those other things. Um, so Dominic Sena said that Nick Cage and Giovanni Ribisi, who plays Kip,
Uh-huh.
shared a shrewd sense of humor. They found a way to twist the dialogue and were in sync. To me, they even look like brothers. So I think that they were kind of improving their way through, um, which I always appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely.
In 2012, a group called the Gone in 60 Seconds Gang was arrested for stealing 39 cars in the UK.
Oh,
So, Andy, that's where you live. What the heck?
I know. How could I
Was
let that
are
happen?
were you in the gang?
No, 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 no. My driving's not that good.
You're
I,
like,
I, I did
this
do a
is
few
true.
interviews. I did do a few interviews, but I didn't make it to the final round.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. Of the
Okay.
gang.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, believability.
I mean, like it's cartoonish,
Yeah,
effectively so. Like, I mean, again, it's like I think you can't you can't rank the Jerry Bruckheimer films, in terms of believability. It's just not what they're there for. They're there to be this heightened kind of like reality, and I think they do that very well. You know,
totally. Totally. It's like, the 90s blockbuster or whenever this came out. It was the 90s, wasn't it?
I think it was
Um,
2000 actually, but basically the 90s. Yeah.
I always think of when I hear, did you ever watch Conan O'Brien show with Andy Richter?
Yes.
They would do in the year 2000.
Yes, I've seen some of
In
this.
the
Yeah.
year
And this
2000,
was
they
like
would be
in
like,
2005 and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 after the fact. It was before, but then they were like, this is funny. We're just going to keep doing it, even
Yeah.
though 2000 has passed. Um, so I will say that the stick shift is lost. It's a lost art in America.
Yeah.
So like all
It's
these cars that they're boosting, it's like, yeah, every car now is automatic.
Yeah, it does kind of suck, honestly. I do love it. Like I think I can understand why I get people who don't like driving or are scared of driving how it can simplify it a little bit, but like
Or
I
like traffic, where you're like
yes.
first, second, neutral, so first. Ugh, it's like I can't.
But yeah.
But it just yeah. Um,
Um my old man comment about this film was whenever they were stealing cars, so basically the kind of like final heist takes place one night, right?
yeah, yeah,
And they're boosting cars, like basically the boat's leaving at 8 a.m. the next day. And a timer comes up every now and again. And it's like 3 hours remaining or whatever, 4 hours remaining. And I kept being like, because they keep stealing cars and there's like groups of people hanging out and partying. And I'm like, people are up at 4 or 5 a.m. partying. They need to get home to their beds. What are you doing, guys? Come on.
yeah. Agreed. It's
So,
true. You're not wrong, actually.
so yeah, that was my old man reaction to this film.
Yeah, like the teenagers in the house party, and I was
Yeah,
like, what are they doing up so late? Shaking my
absolutely. Yeah,
tiny fist.
yeah. Come on, get to bed, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay. Since we're rounding out our Nicolas Cage month number one, do you want to hear a few extra Nick Cage
Yeah,
randomness? Because
please.
okay, so he trains in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Royce Gracie. He
Oh
also
wow.
trains in Wing Chun, Karate, and Jeet Kune Do.
Okay.
Um, he hold on.
Yeah, because
Okay,
Royce Gracie is legit.
yeah,
Like he's one of
yeah,
the big names in Brazilian
yes,
Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah,
yes.
if
And
not,
I
yeah,
didn't know that until the kids started jujitsu, and I was like, holy shit.
yeah,
They're not doing it anymore because they're pacifists.
yeah,
So okay, so he was, I don't know, did you ever see The Wrestler,
yes.
the Darren Aronofsky movie? So he was originally cast as Randy the Ram Robinson.
Ooh,
I know, but he had to drop out of the film because he didn't have time to like bulk up for the
yeah,
role. Um, and so they went with Mickey Rourke instead, who was probably like, I'll take steroids.
yeah.
But he went, yeah, Mickey would go on to win a Golden Globe and be nominated for an Oscar for his performance in that
I think
movie.
like Mickey Rourke's also like a boxer. Like he boxes a lot of the
He
time, so he was
did.
probably in shape, of, in a shape
Yeah.
closer to where he needed to be. But
Yeah.
God, I would love to have seen a Nicolas Cage. As
I
much as I
know.
love The Wrestler, I think it's a great movie. I would love
Yeah.
to have seen a Nicolas Cage version of that.
I know. I know. So, well, we'll talk about it when we talk about like redo or
Yeah,
reviews and all that.
absolutely.
So, he was also offered the role of Norman Osborn in the 2000 early 2000 Spider-Man movies.
Another great. He would have been great in that role too.
Yep. Willem Dafoe, obviously, like everything he does, he excels at, but
Yeah,
um, I don't know. It's like I just cons Nick Cage could be subbed in for anybody, and I would
yeah.
be like, sweet. Um, let's see, he became a father for the first time at age 26.
Okay.
So you'll hear his son Weston Cage, who looks just like him. It's crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He got Johnny Depp his first acting job. Um, he became a father the second time at age 41. So first kid at 26, second kid at 41, with his third wife, Alice Kim, who gave birth to their son, Kal-El Cage.
Oh, yeah, of course. I know that one. Yeah.
I know, I just wanted to talk about it. Um, okay, so he attended the same high school as, are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Angelina Jolie, Lenny Kravitz, David
Ooh.
Schwimmer, Jonathan Silverman, Gina Gershon, Rhonda Fleming, Jackie Cooper, Rob Reiner, Antonio Sabato Jr., Pauly Shore, Michael Tolkien, Betty White, Corbin Burnson, Elizabeth Daily, Albert Brooks, and Crispin Glover. What happened to Crispin Glover? What happened to the people from that
Oh,
high school, man?
yeah.
What high school is this?
What a selection. Holy
I
shit.
know. Um, okay. And then I already read this to you, but I'm going to tell the rest of the world. He reserved a permanent tomb for himself at the St. Louis Cemetery in New Orleans, Louisiana.
That rocks,
I'm
yeah.
going
Well,
to New Orleans.
as you can pay a pilgrimage to his future
I'm going
resting
to be
place.
like, where is his future resting place?
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. So Nicolas Cage month. Ta-da!
Then I hope you enjoyed, folks.
And
Um,
do you want to talk about like the time of year this takes place?
sure. So,
Okay.
as this is a
Setting you up for something.
absolute classic summer movie, it segues nicely into our summer movie season. And again, ahead of myself, but I will announce it now. Our first movie for this is going to be Stand By Me. We already have an idea of the films that we'd like to cover for this, but again, if you've got any thoughts or ideas, please let us know.
Summer,
Um,
classic summer movies.
but to finish off this movie properly, too legit to fit for me. It's got to be Giovanni Ribisi. He's got that like really nice scumbag fit look, this kind of grease
Everything is
ball.
greasy.
Oh,
Yes.
it's everything's greasy. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. I love it. I love it. It's
His pants, his jacket, his
oh,
hair,
his house is cooking.
his
It's
cooking. I was gonna
all
mention his
greasy.
cooking. What did he
Uh,
even cook? He was like making breakfast and it was like little bits of ham
it
and
was awful.
salt.
Yeah, it was just not good at
Yeah.
all.
No.
Um, the Andy's Animal Acting Award for excellence in animal acting is Tiny the Mastiff eating the car keys and then them having to like walk it
Wait
around,
for the
give it
wait for the
laxatives.
dog to shit the car keys out. And then he
What's
pulls the car keys out as they're getting held up by these other guys.
yeah,
And they're just like, you guys are so fucked up. And you're like grabbing
pick
your dog shit with your bare hands. We can't beat you up. We gotta go. So if you're ever in a situation that you want to get out of, look around for some dog shit and you
yeah.
grab it and you squeeze it between your fingers and they will run
Ugh.
away. You'll never get beat up ever again.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right. So Beth, in terms of
Yes.
in terms of Gone in 60 Seconds, would you revisit, remember, refuse, or redo? Yeah.
I honestly, I would revisit. I love this movie so much.
I
I probably
think
watch it every 2 years.
oh, really, I love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
it went down easy for me, I have to say, but I think I'd probably be a remember. I would like, even though I really I love The Rock. I love it so much. And I haven't even watched it in like 15 years maybe. Um so like I just these are just not the type of films I don't tend to revisit films anyway, but these are not the sort of things I do revisit. So I think I'm at a remember, but I did enjoy this revisit of it. I was a bit worried that this was just going to be really rough and just like real crap, but I did quite enjoy it. I say I went down
Yeah,
easy and there's
yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
No, it's just like I watch The Rock probably every like 3 or 4 years.
Hell yeah.
Connie are like, I don't, maybe it's because I'm an American, but I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I want to, you know, I want the duh, 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 duh,
Yeah, so good. The music
all
in that's
the, yeah, 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 yeah. So, we can agree to disagree on that, and I'm
absolutely
not
lovely.
gonna fault you for it. And
Yep.
it's already been remade,
Yeah.
so
True. That's true.
yeah.
Okay. What has been bringing you joy this week?
Um, to continue on with my major sporting activities, uh, being that I'm a golfer now,
Of
I'm
course.
also a pro badminton player.
Hmm.
So I got the kids. I just remember like having a couple of rackets and some birdies as a kid and like how much fun it was to play in the backyard. Like we're not serious. You're just trying to like hop around. Not, I'm sorry I'm talking about so much dog shit, but like, it's like you're playing badminton, but you're also trying not to step on dog shit.
Sure.
So it's like extra fun. But I went out the other night with Mike was out playing with the kids and I had come home from something and they're like, pick up a racket. And I was like, okay. And I hadn't played since, I don't know, like middle school, high
Hmm.
school. And I was like, oh, this feels good. My body was like, remember, this is how you
Nice.
do
With
it.
rocks.
And I was like doing so good at beating my tiny children at badminton.
The rocks. I love it.
They were like, you're so good at this, mommy. They didn't actually say that, but I was like, damn, I rock at this game.
Hell yeah.
I don't know
Uh,
what score is, or how to actually play, or
Beth,
if I
you
can serve overhand or underhand, but
Beth, golf, badminton, you've changed. Who are
I'm a
you?
jock now.
I
I'm a
don't even
jock.
know you anymore.
I know. I gotta go have some protein powder after
Hell
this.
yeah. Let's bulk up.
Uh-huh.
Um, all right.
What about you?
So for me, I literally just finished this game last week. I'm not going to talk about this too much because it's a dense text, but there was a game called The Alters that I've been looking forward to playing. Essentially, the kind of like very kind of like small description of this game or short description of this game. You're on a space mission, you land on this planet, your crew's been wiped out, and you're there mining this mineral that can only be found in alien planets and is very important for Earth. And in order for you to survive this mission, you only have one set of skills. But what you have is a system in the ship that allows you to create alters of yourself that have lived different experiences. So the person you start off with builds things, like he's there for to construct stuff. You can branch off and create somebody who like is a miner. You can branch off and create somebody who's a doctor, branch off and create somebody who's a scientist. And that in and of itself is interesting, but all these people, like, it's all this like existential stuff where these people have been created and they're like, but is my
Uh,
reality not real? Why is it not real? And then they have all these other things. It's just such a fun, it's like a,
are they having their own experiences too? Or are they all
yes,
working together?
they are, but they're also some of them really don't get along. Like the scientist and the miner had very different lives, and like the scientist really looks down on the miner and things like that. So how they interact is fascinating. It's
Wow.
just such a, from what I thought it was, I thought it was going to be an interesting game, but I had no idea the kind of like how deep it goes and the like tendrils and like it's like a, it's also like a kind of management game and things like that. But it's, I've not really played anything like it, and it was just such a fascinating experience. It was just
What's it called again?
the Alters, so
Huh.
Alters.
Huh.
But it really rocks. It was I really loved it. It's like it's rare these days that I'm really excited to get into a game and I'm thinking about it, and it really grabbed me for the length of time I played it.
Awesome. It sounds cool.
Very cool.
And what was the name of the game that you mentioned? I was like, I'm gonna write
Oh,
it down. It was
mixtape.
Mixtape.
Yeah.
Okay. I have not forgotten.
Okay.
And
Well,
it was like the first time ever you were like, I think I'm recommending that you play this
yeah.
game a couple weeks ago, and
And I
I
really do
haven't
think you dig
forgotten.
it. Like
No,
I,
yeah.
it's been getting mixed reactions online, but I think you will love it. I think you'll respond to it the same way I did. I think you will
Yeah.
really. I like, and the music's just fantastic through it as well, I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
All right. So as I said already, I'm going to remind you all at home. We're going to be watching Stand by Me next week. If you want to watch along at home, Beth, can you tell everybody where they can find us,
Find us at movietestofTime.com. Let your friends know if they like
please?
podcasts that, yeah, we're doing
Yeah.
this and we'd
Sweet.
love to hear feedback. Thank you to all of our friends and family and everybody that my mom was like, I'm going to listen to it. I swear, you talk about the kids, right? And I was like, yeah. She was like, I'm like, but I'm also your daughter,
You can just have conversations with me.
right?
Yeah. Amazing. Um.
So
Okay.
yeah, find us. Mom, I love you.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah. Yeah. Love it. All right. In that case, we have reached the end of this week's episode, and as always, we'd like to say goodbye to our criminal and thrill-seeking fans. And I mean it this week, you are criminals and you're thrill-seeking.
That's right.
All right, we love you.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.